is the final finite regular season review video of the 2023-2024 NFL season. That feels crazy to say. It feels like we just started these things up. There was a little bit of a lull. I mentioned it a few times the last 6 weeks or so of the season. There's a little bit of a lull. But it's over now. The regular season at least. And unfortunately for me, the Seahawks season. So I'm in a bit of a sour mood coming into this video, and I'm sure I'll probably go on a bit of a rant later. But let's just get right into the games. I think this is going to be a long one. Here are all the games this week. Every single team played. The games I watched this week. I didn't watch them all. I watched Colts versus Texans. I watched Seahawks versus Cardinals. I watched Packers versus Bears. I watched those two at the exact same time because they kind of depended upon each other. And I watched the Bills versus the Dolphins. I watched only the second half of that Bills versus Dolphins game. Let's get things started. Steelers versus Ravens. I predicted the Steelers to win this game because I figured it was going to be all Ravens backups coming into this game, and it was basically the B squad for the Ravens, although they kept it a lot closer than I anticipated they would. Final score 17-10 in favor of the Steelers. Mason Rudolph had 18 completions on 20 attempts, 152 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Tyler Huntley, he started this game. He went 15 for 28, 146 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Okay. And at the end of this, I'll go over the playoffs as it stands now. So Texans versus Colts. I did watch this game, so I have some notes on it. I predicted the Colts to win it though, and they did not. So I take my first L of the video right off the bat. Let's talk about what I had to say here. The Colts get the game started with a decent drive. Minshew with a nice rush for the first down. Minshew throws deep towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Drive ends in a field goal. Colts get on the board first with 3 points. And then Stroud goes deep to Collins' first play of that drive. It's 75 yards. Amazing play by Stroud. Amazing find. Collins getting open like that. Nico Collins had 195 yards off of 9 targets, 9 receptions, averaging 21.7 yards per reception. He was a beast in this game. Stroud gets the QB draw, he gets the first down. Colts defense stops the run on 3rd and short. That forces the punt. Back-to-back incompletes from Minshew, sets up 3rd and 10. Minshew gets pressured, escapes, throws deep, hopes for a PI, but gets an offensive holding instead. False start puts Houston on 3rd and 10. They can't convert it. Houston punts the ball at the start of the second quarter. Texans have allowed more rushing yards in the first half of this game than their last 2 games total, which was a crazy stat. They're just getting run all over by the Colts, Jonathan Taylor in specific. Indianapolis works their way out of a deep field position back in their own end zone. Taylor has 2 great runs back to back. And then one of the Colts rookies runs into Taylor as he's starting to run his route and stops a 3rd down from converting. I have not seen something like that in a long time. And at this point, Colts were apparently over 4 on 3rd downs to start the game. They would crazy 1 for 11 on third downs. 4th and 1, the Texans decide to go for it. There's a flag against them. They end up having to punt. After the first 2 drives, this game has ground to a halt. I said just nothing really happening. Texans bullied their way down to the end zone, wide open touchdown. I said the Colts have about a minute to get another score before the second half. Feels like they need it or else they might be done. But instead, Minshew gets sacked, but they consider it an illegal contact, so it's an automatic first down. 4th and 5, Colts settle for the field goal before halftime. It's an 8-point game. Texans start the second half with the ball. They could put a ribbon on this right here. Singletary's having a massive game, I said. He's done it all on offense for Houston. But looking at it, watching him, it felt like he did better than the stats say. He had 24 carries for 63 yards, only averaging 2.6 a carry. But watching him, it felt like he was more impactful than that. Then Stroud gets sacked on second down, 3rd and 21 for Houston. They can't convert it, it's a punt. Minshew finally makes his first big throw of the game, puts the Colts on the 50-yard line. And then the next pass is wide open to the end zone, touchdown Colts. It felt like they really seized all the momentum at that point. And then the 2-point attempt is good for a tie game. And after that, the crowd is going absolutely crazy. You could tell the Texans are having a hard time communicating on offense. Stroud's pass on 3rd and 8 is incomplete. Colts get the ball back. And they can take control of the game right here with a score. They have 3 massive plays in a row. They're just shredding Houston's defense, but then Minshew gets his pass batted down on 3rd and 9. Colts attempt a 57-yard field goal. It's no good. But then Houston is unable to convert the 3rd down. They get a 51-yard field goal, and it is good. They take the 3-point lead. Where was I? Minshew finds his receiver, gets the first down, and then there's an unnecessary roughness. Gives him an extra 15 after that. Game-tying field goal for the Colts. The Texans' run defense stepped up pretty big there. There's a huge sack on Stroud. At the start of the next drive, sets up 2nd and 20. But Stroud converts it. A great sequence from the Titans, and then Singletary gets it in for the touchdown. Texans take a late lead, but the extra point is no good. Colts have a chance to take their lead with a touchdown. They have 6 minutes left in the game. There's a massive reception for the rookie Downs, puts the Colts into Houston territory. On 2nd and 6, they toss the ball to Taylor, goes nowhere. And then Perryman goes down with an injury for the Texans. And then Taylor gets the ball again. There's 3 straight runs there for Taylor. That ends up being a first down after a review. And then we have another 3 straight runs for Jonathan Taylor. Sets up a 4th and 1. And then finally on the 4th down, they finally allow Minshew to pass the ball. But the pass is dropped. And the Colts win by 4. Or excuse me, the Texans win by 4, 23-19. Some people were saying give the ball to Taylor at the end. Taylor had gotten the ball on 3 straight runs at that point. So I know a lot of people are being really critical. Actually, not even 3 straight. I think 7 straight runs at that point. I think the last 7 plays had been Jonathan Taylor runs. At some point you have to throw the ball, or else the defense is going to shut it down. You can't guarantee that he's going to get you the 4th and you can't guarantee he's going to convert that 3rd down, or if you go for it on 4th down even. Especially because the Colts were so bad at converting 3rd and 4th downs all night long. I think if anything, they should have gone for the pass on the 2nd down or the 3rd down, and then let Jonathan Taylor run on the 4th. They did 3 straight runs with him in back-to-back downs, and that just goes 20 for 26, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Gardner Minshew 13 for 24, 141 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. And CJ Stroud is going to the playoffs in his rookie season with the Houston Texans with a record of 10-7. What a massive turnaround that franchise has had compared to last season. Like, you know, where they were last year compared to where they are now is just totally night and day. Falcons, Saints. I predicted, who do I have here? I predicted the Saints, and they won, but I did not expect them to win this dominantly. They completely blew them out. There was a bit of a controversial moment there at the end of the game. They were in victory formation at the 1-yard line, and they had Jameis Winston in for Derek Carr, and people were kind of expecting, or was kind of just expecting they would kneel the ball out. Okay, like, let's finish this game off. They were already up 41-17 at that point. But then Jameis Winston calls the audible, sets up a run play, gives it off to Williams, and he runs it in for the touchdown, and the Falcons head coach was just like spitting angry about it. So mad. Did I see something? Did Bijan Robinson get hurt in this game? No, he didn't, but he set the Falcons' rookie record for yardage from scrimmage, so that's very good. But yeah, so yeah, there's a little bit of controversy there around what Jameis did at the end of this game, but the Saints, I don't know. They're 9-8. They're second in the NFC South. I don't know if that's good enough to get them into the playoffs. Like I said, I'll cover the playoff table at the end here. They were 3.5-point favorite, and the over/under was 41.5. They blew that out. Desmond Ridder went 22 for 30, 291 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Derek Carr, 22 for 28, 264 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Derek Carr getting a little bit of a groove back right now. If they are into the playoffs, I'm just gonna look and see if they are real quick. Are they in? No, they're not. Okay. Well, then never mind. Now this is bad. This isn't as bad as one of the other collapses that we'll talk about today, but this collapse, the Jaguars they had a stranglehold on the AFC South, and they were top of the power rankings like 6 weeks ago. And I think they have like completely lost out, or lost all but like one game since then, and just completely capitulated. I predicted them to win this one against the Titans, and they couldn't, and Trevor Lawrence looked bad. I don't know if he's playing through an injury right now. I don't know what is going on with Lawrence, but like, just over a month ago, this Jaguars team was considered one of the best teams in the NFL. That's crazy where they are right now. They end the season 9-8. They lose this game by 8 to the Titans. They were a 3.5-point favorite. Lawrence goes 29 for 43, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Tannehill 17 for 26, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Vikings, Lions. Did I predict the Vikings here? I did. I thought the Lions would be resting everybody. I was actually kind of surprised to see that the Lions were playing a lot of their starters, even though they clinched their division. They secured their playoff spot. Jared Goff played, Montgomery played, Amon-Ra St. Brown played, Gibbs played, Laporta played. I was like, why are they playing all these starters right now? Like, if one of these guys gets hurt in this game, that doesn't really matter. Like, someone's gonna be, maybe the idea is like keeping your guys like hot going into the playoffs, because sometimes when guys rest, those nagging injuries catch up with you, or you just like, the whole hot hand idea, I don't know, but they do end up winning this one by 10, 30-20. I'm glad. I don't think there are any injuries this game. I'm glad there weren't, because that could have backfired at them. Nick Mullins, 30 completions on 44 attempts, 396 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. For the Lions, Jared Goff goes 23 for 32, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he had a great game. Him and Justin Jefferson had a great battle. I'm sorry if you can hear those crickets in the background. They're very loud. They've been brutal the last couple of days out here, just because it was like, it's been really hot, and then we just had like downpour rain today. And it's gonna rain the next couple of days, then get really hot again. Jets, Patriots, I predicted the Jets there, just because the Patriots are such a disaster right now. And I need you to tell me, do you think that we just saw the last game of Bill Belichick's career as the head coach of the New England Patriots? I don't know if I'm convinced. I don't think they'll fire him, but I think he might resign. And if he resigns, I'm kind of 50-50 on whether or not he goes to a different team. I don't know where he would go. I know the Falcons just fired their head coach. I could not see Bill going there, because he's going to go somewhere where they give him a ton of control over the team. I just don't know. But anyways, this game is 17-3 in favor of the Jets. The Patriots are actually 2.5-point favorite here. But oh my god, what a terrible game. If anybody actually watched this game, Trevor Siemian went 8 for 20, 70 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Bailey Zappi went 12 for 30, 88 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Like, if you actually watched this game, I don't know what to tell you. And actually, I didn't realize this. The Jaguars were eliminated. I thought they would still have been into the playoffs, even though they collapsed there because of a weak division. No, they actually got eliminated. The Jaguars, they lost 5 of their final 6 games. Yeah, that's about what I said, 6 weeks. At the start of that 6 weeks, they were top of the power rankings. And someone's gonna have to do some figure out what went wrong here. I'm not clued in enough with the Jaguars to know what's going on. I don't know if he's playing through injury or whatever, but yeah, brutal. Bucks, Panthers, this was a weird game, but the Buccaneers, they clinched the NFC South. I did predict them to win this one. They finished season 9-8-0. The Carolina Panthers secure my prediction of me saying that they will not win 3 games this season. They officially go 2-15-0, handing the Chicago Bears the first overall pick in this coming draft. But this was another game where, if you watched this game and if you weren't a Buccaneers fan, what were you doing? The only scores were field goals, 2 of them in the second quarter, 1 in the fourth. Final score is 9-0. The over-under on this game was 36.5 points, and the final total score was 9. Panthers get shut out. Baker Mayfield goes 20 for 32, 137 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Bryce Young, 11 for 18, 94 yards. Bryce Young not having the best start to his rookie season. I don't know. I'm not confident in Bryce Young. I know some people are saying, like, it's the team around him, but I feel like good quarterbacks can elevate bad and mediocre teams. Like Justin Herbert is the perfect example of that, in my opinion. Browns, Bengals. I think I actually did predict the Bengals here, shockingly. I don't know why. I thought maybe, I guess I assumed that the Browns would be resting everybody, because I don't think they had a possibility to advance or fall in the standings. Regardless of the outcome of this game, they're kind of locked into their spot. So the Browns had all of their backups in. They had Jeff Driscoll in at QB. They got blown out this game 31-14 in favor of the Bengals. Jeff Driscoll in for the Browns, 13 completions on 26 attempts, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jake Browning goes 18 for 24, 156 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Joe Mixon ate this game, 14 carries, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Joe Mixon is eating this game. Is he on the team next season? What's his contract? Oh, his contract. He's a free agent next year. Yeah, I think Joe earned an extra 100K. I think Joe Mixon will probably stay, yeah. Now, the two games I don't really want to talk about, but I guess I will because I took notes on them. Seahawks Cardinals. So this game was happening concurrently with the Packers Bears. We needed the Bears to win and us to win to get into the playoffs. So I predicted us to win this one, and we did, although it was meaningless because the Packers won that game. Once again, the Packers just crushing the hopes and dreams of Seahawks fans everywhere. Oh, I was so mad after this game. I was so just depressed and angry. Like, dude, if there weren't other people home, I would have just screamed. Okay, let's talk about my notes. Seattle defense extremely active early. Kyler drops back with the screen pass, gets the first down. 3rd and 15, Kyler gets the ball out deep, it's incomplete. A promising Arizona drive ends in a punt. Seattle works their way out of a bad field position up to midfield. Geno unable to convert the 3rd down pass. Seattle field goal unit comes onto the field, and Seattle takes a 3-point lead early. Kyler drops back on 3rd and 7, gets the ball out, but it's short. 4th and 1, they end up punting. And then the next drive, of course, Geno throws an interception at the 50-yard line, but it ended up not being an interception. I'm still not sure why it wasn't, but Seahawks punt anyway. And then the Seattle defense just completely falls apart. 3 straight big plays. Puts the Cardinals right at the goal line. Seahawks defense stopped 3 straight runs. That's up 4th and goal for the Cardinals. They bring the field goal unit on, and the kick is good. It ties it. Then Disley is wide open. He runs it in. Seattle gets the first touchdown of the game. Seattle defense lost multiple big plays on the touchdown, and Geno just looked confused on the sideline. Cardinals kicked their 2nd field goal of the game, 10-6 Seattle, just under 2 minutes before halftime. Seahawks march down the end zone, the 2-minute drill. Geno takes one more shot at the end zone, 2 seconds left. Field goal unit comes on to go up 13-6 going into the half. Seahawks start the ball second half. They immediately go 3 and out. Then the Cardinals start breaking out big plays. The Seahawks defense did not go into the locker room ready to play. James Conner runs into the Cardinals DD. Seattle defense completely softened up on the drive. And then the Seattle offensive play calling on the subsequent drives, a head scratcher. They go 3 and out. Seattle defense finally toughens up, forces a 3rd and 8, and the pass is incomplete. Cardinals are forced to punt. But then the Seattle immediately goes 3 and out again. I said this offense is atrocious, predictable, and uninspired. Cardinals convert the 3rd and 10 because of course they do. Another 3rd down situation, but they can't convert that one. They're in field goal range. Cardinals do a fake field goal on 4th down, get the ball into the end zone. I said this game is over. Brutal, embarrassing game from Seattle. Offense, defense, coaching, all embarrassing. Now Seattle would go on to win this game after I'd already turned the game off. A pass to Tyler Lockett and then a missed field goal for the Cardinals. Means the Seattle Seahawks end up winning by 1, but again does not matter because they missed the playoffs. Geno Smith goes 16 for 28, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Kyler Murray, he is 22 for 30, 262 yards, a touchdown, 0 picks. And this is a troubling spot for Seattle right now. Like, I genuinely don't know what the best course of action is because we do not have a franchise QB. We're not really in a position to draft one because I think we're drafting 13th or 14th or something, maybe even 16th. And like a guy like Penix that I would like, I don't think he'll be available there. I think he's going to go at least at 10 at the absolute latest. Since Seattle had to trade up to get him, and we already do not have a 2nd round pick in this draft, so we're drafting like in the 1st round and then the 3rd round. DK Metcalf needs to get paid, and he's going to get an absolute bag. But he's had kind of a down year this year. Like his total stats from rookie seasons now are good, but like this year has not been the best for him, and he's like my favorite player on the team. But this year he's been a hothead. He hasn't been as good. And then your question, like, oh, is that because of Geno? Is that because of the offensive play calling? But at the same time, he's still going to need a huge contract. But why is Seattle going to give him a huge contract when they aren't winning right now? Because, like, why are we paying this guy all this money if we're not even good enough to make the playoffs with them right now? And you have guys like Kenneth Walker who are going to have to get paid soon. Seattle does not have a franchise quarterback. You have guys on this defense like Jamal Adams who are more interested in having fights on Twitter than playing defense. Like, the tackling this year is atrocious. The amount of missed tackles by the Seattle defense. Like, growing up watching the Legion of Boom and how much Pete Carroll like coached tackling fundamentals. He brought in rugby players to teach them how to tackle better. What happened to that? Like, what happened to those rugby tackles and things like that? You know, it's just... So I don't know what the move is. The Seahawks feel like they're in a really weird spot right now. They're kind of on the treadmill of mediocrity, stuck in the middle. Not good enough to win, not bad enough to tank. What do you do? The Packers-Bears game. I'll talk about that now. Justin Fields escapes pressure, runs to the 1st down, keeps the 1st drive alive. Snap comes out low. Fields bobbles the ball for a second, sacked for a 2nd and 16. 3rd and 13, Packers bring the blitz, stop Chicago drive. They'll settle for the field goal, 3-0 Bears. Packers offense comes out firing. Bears not able to get much going against the pass. Love his pressure. He evades it to the end zone, but the touch is not controlled, so it's not a touchdown. And then Love gets sacked on 3rd down. Bears defense comes up clutch, forces the field goal. And the kick is no good. It goes wide left. Bears can't get anywhere on the drive. Ends in a punt. And then the Packers march down again. Pass defense of Bears been non-existent. 3rd and 1. Love drops back. Finds finds a wide open Wicks in the end zone. Packers take the lead. Bears are struggling to respond. 4th and 1, they go for it. They're stuck at the goal line, but it is a conversion. Then on 3rd and 6, Fields gets sacked hard. Bears will take a field goal. Not what the Bears need to do. Bears get 3 more points. They pull within 1. Left to the end zone, but he's almost intercepted. 12 seconds left, and then the first half comes to an end. 7-6 Packers. Bears start with the ball second half. Fields with 2 great runs, but he gets sacked on 3rd and 7. Bears unable to get points to start the second. Packers get down to the 50. A bit of a scuffle between the player number 11 for Green Bay and 6 for Chicago. 3rd and 2. Love scrambles right. He's hitting the ball, comes out, fumbled. Bears recover. Bears convert a big 3rd and 7 to keep their drive alive. Get past the 50 to start the 4th quarter. Fields drops back, scrambles, throws the end zone, is almost intercepted, and then they kick their 3rd field goal of the game. It is now 9-14. I said the Bears need a touchdown. They have 13 minutes left in this game. Packers get right on down to the goal line without much pushback. Left to the end zone on 3rd down, no good. They're forced to kick the field goal. Bears are down 8 at just under 11 minutes left. Fields rushes and he's down and looks rattled. He took an elbow up high as he was sliding. I'm honestly not sure why there wasn't a flag thrown there. Like, watching the replay on that hit, it looked pretty dirty and intentional. Like, and the ref was right there. I don't know. Like, usually they're watching like a hawk when any quarterback has the ball, because they want to call the roughing the passer, but they had a clear-cut one right there and didn't call it. And honestly, I think Fields is playing concussed the rest of the game after that. He threw on 3 and 22, and it was well over the head of his receiver. And then Green Bay converts the first down, 3:20 left in the game. That's game over. And honestly, with his performance in this game, I think Fields is gone. I think he even kind of talked about a little bit in his post-game interview. He said, like, I'll see you. He was saying something like, I don't know if I'll see you guys next season or something like that. Like, I think he knows that he's going to be replaced because he was basically playing for his job this game and he just wasn't good enough. 17-9 in favor of the Packers. Fields goes 11 for 16, 148 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. Jordan Love, 27 for 32, 316 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. But then the question becomes, where does Justin Fields go next year? Oh God, if he comes to Seattle. Maybe Falcons. Let's see. Let's see if there's betting odds on what team he ends up with. I'm sure there are. Oh no. Team futures. Oh no, okay. Now, talking about collapses. This Eagles team, I thought they'd walk right over these New York Giants. That was not so. And not only did they lose to the Giants, Jalen Hurts broke his finger, dislocated something. It was not, the rest of his hand was like this. This finger was all the way back here. Like, did not look healthy. So that's not what you want to see going into the playoffs if you're an Eagles fan. And like this entire second half of the season, it's just been like slowly watching a train crash for the Eagles, and it culminates in this terrible loss to the Giants. They just got picked apart, especially on the run game. Actually, no, the passing was even worse. 306 passing yards against this team. Like, whoever has the Eagles round one of the playoffs, they're like, alright, we're just going to air it out on them because they're not going to be able to stop them. 27-10 is your final score in favor of the Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles become the first team in NFL history to start their season 10-1 and not finish with 12 wins. The Eagles end the season 11-6, and now be aware that the Eagles had an extra game compared to all those other teams. The NFL's been around for more than 100 years at this point. Eagles are the first team in history to go 10-1 and not finish the season with at least 12 wins. That's crazy. Marcus Mariota ends up coming in for Jalen Hurts. Mariota gets 13 for 20, 140 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Tyrod Taylor, 23 for 32, 297 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And let's see what Jalen Hurts did this game. Hurts had 7 for 16, 55 yards, 0 touchdowns, and interception. Absolutely brutal. Yeah, and the injury. Rams-Niners. I predicted the Rams to win this one. I thought the Niners would be sitting everybody. And I did end up being right about this one. And Puka, Puka ends up being, he has set an NFL season, it says set the NFL single season record for receptions and receiving yards by a rookie. Puka had 105 receptions and 1,486 receiving yards. The Rams win this game by a single point, 21-20 in their favor. Carson Wentz wasn't playing the whole game, was he? No, I hate the scores are so unreliable. I hate that they don't show all the QBs. Oh wow, it was literally just Carson Wentz. That's actually crazy. Wentz goes 17 for 24, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick. The Niners had Sam Darnold playing. He goes 16 for 26, 189 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Broncos Raiders, I predicted the Raiders there, and they do win. 27-14 in their favor over the Broncos. Jarrett Stidham, in his second straight start for Denver, goes 20 for 34, 272 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Aiden O'Connell, 20 for 31, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Chiefs Chargers, I predicted the Chiefs here, and they do win, but man, not in very convincing fashion. Now, of course, they do have the bench in, but this game started on a fumble recovery touchdown. That doesn't happen. The Chargers win this. I don't know how confident I am in the Chiefs going into these playoffs, I'm going to be honest. Final score is 13-12 in the Chiefs' favor. Blaine Gabbert goes 15 for 30, 154 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a pick. Easton Stick, 28 for 47, 250 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. Last 2 games, Cowboys Commanders. I predicted the Cowboys, and they do win in a blowout, 38-10. Dak Prescott, 31 completions on 36 attempts, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Monster game from Dak. Cowboys finished the season atop the NFC East, and Sam Howell goes 19 for 27, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. I just saw something. Dak Prescott ends the year with a total of 9 interceptions, proving his comment, "I won't throw 10 interceptions this year," to be true. There you go. Where is it? There's one thing. I'm not sure. I was looking for there. Now we finally have Bills Dolphins. I predicted Who did I predict to win this one? I'm trying to see. I predicted the Bills to win this. Hold on, helicopter. Okay, sorry about that. There's a helicopter going over my house, so I didn't want that. Coming in the mic, I actually did pretty good this week. 11 for 16. That might push me up above 60%. We'll see. I turned this game on with 15 seconds left in the first half. At that point, it was 3rd and 10. The ball's at the Miami 30. And the score was, it was 14-7 in favor of the Dolphins. Bills with 15 seconds left the first half, 3rd and 10, ball to Miami 30. Pass conversion, they get to the 10-yard line. Bills get to the goal line, almost into the end zone, barely short, no timeouts. First half ends down 7. I said they almost had it, hopefully it doesn't bite them later. Bills get the ball to start the second half. Buffalo going very run-heavy to start here. Fournette getting a ton of touches. Dolphins bring the blitz on 3rd and 5. Allen evades the first sack but can't keep the second. Punt. Dolphins go 3 and out in the next drive. Their offense hasn't punished Buffalo yet. Bills need to capitalize. 1st and 20. Josh Allen scrambles for a gain of 15, then converts the pass on 3rd down. Promising drive. 3rd and 13. Allen gets sacked and the ball comes out. Miami recovers right on the doorstep at the end zone. Felt like a backbreaker. Little did I know. Miami offense still not doing much. They get a penalty on a 2nd and 30. The Bills shooting themselves in the foot. Oh, wait. The Dolphins shooting themselves in the foot, rather. I said, what has happened to the Miami offense? Play calling looks totally stale. Nobody's schemed open. And yeah, I saw a lot of Dolphins fans really angry after this game. There were people saying, like, it's time to rebuild. Get rid of Tua. Don't pay Tua, because I think Tua needs a new contract this offseason. And the way he played to end this season, this is kind of the tale of two seasons for Tua, similar to Jalen Hurts. Like, if you were the GM of the Dolphins, do you give Tua a big contract? I saw one Dolphins fan, they were like 3 years, $60 million is all they'd give him. Some people saying trade him, try and get a first-round pick, and draft a QB. People saying blow it up, people saying get rid of Mike McDaniel. Like, there's a lot of angry Miami fans after this game. And I said, then there's the answer for the Bills. Hardy has a 94-yard punt return. Bills tie the game. 13:42 left, and now Buffalo's all the momentum. And the following Miami drive is a 3 and out. I said, I'm really questioning McDaniel right now. The Bills come out, they start shredding the Miami defense, and then there's the go-ahead touchdown, Dawson Knox. The Bills have completely taken control. Another 3 and out for the Dolphins, and Tua did not get a first down the entire second half. And he only had 24 yards of offense in the entire second half. Like, I know the Bills have a good defense, but this Miami team is all about their offense. And if your quarterback and your running backs can only get you 24 yards, like, through an entire quarter, what are we even doing? Miami defense finally makes its first real stand of the second half, forces a 3rd and 13 for the Bills. Allen escapes the pressure, scrambles ahead for the first down, and then on 4th and 1, Bills try to get the Dolphins to jump off sides. They don't. Bills try to push ahead for the first down. They come up short. The Dolphins get one more chance at the end zone just under 2 minutes left in the game. Tyreek draws a massive DPI, but that puts the Dolphins at the 40. And then on the next play, Tyreek takes a huge hit and he limps off the field. So he'll probably play next week, but that's something to keep an eye on. Like, he was hobbled for sure. He might be playing hurt next week. And then the next play, Tua throws an interception, and that's game. And I said it feels like in every big game, Tua just shrinks. Like, he does not handle the bright lights well. And I don't know what the Dolphins do this offseason. They started this season so well. People were like, oh, the MVP has to be either Tyreek or Tua. Like, they were looked at one of the best teams in the league. I thought they were one of the best teams in the league, and now I don't even know if they make it out the first round. 16. I only got 5 wrong, so 11 for 16. That is 69%. Very nice, very nice. So my final tally, out of 272 total games of NFL football, I got 163 of them correct in my predictions, which is good for, drumroll please, 60%. Now, someone asked me if I could do a video, like if I bet straight money line on all these games, would I be up or would I be down? I don't even know how I would do that, because I don't think they keep lines that long. And I don't, once I finish these videos, like I write my predictions down, but I throw them away. So I have to go back through every video. I don't know, maybe next year, next season, I'll start keeping track of that. That's a good idea, actually, but yeah, and now let's talk about just a couple of things, let me see, so the Falcons fired head coach Arthur Smith. I think if the Eagles go out round 1, I think Sirianni might be gone. A lot of Eagles fans want him out of Philadelphia. I don't blame them. There's the question about what's going to happen with Tua. But let's talk about playoff picture. So our playoff teams in the AFC, the 1 seed is the Ravens, and then you have Bills, Chiefs, Texans, Browns, Dolphins, Steelers in that order. And then in the NFC, the 1 seed is the Niners, and then below them you have the Cowboys, Lions, Bucks, Eagles, Rams, Packers in that order. What's crazy is I think 2 weeks ago the Dolphins, after their loss, had a the Bills had a 26% chance to make the playoffs, and they are now the 2 seed. It's just crazy how fast things can shift like that. Let me just see our matchups. I'm not gonna do predictions now, but wild card weekend. So we have Browns, Texans, Dolphins, Chiefs, Steelers, Bills. Okay. And then the AFC we have Packers, Cowboys, Rams, Lions, Eagles, Bucks. Okay, like I said, I'm not doing predictions this video, but those are our wild card weekend games anyways. Truly, truly thank you guys so much for being here on all these review videos during this NFL regular season. These have been, every year these videos get bigger and bigger and bigger. The first go around doing these review videos, this was the foundation that built my YouTube channel. These are the reason I got my first 1,000 subs on this channel. It's the bedrock. And the first year I did this, my format was not great. I did all my predictions for every single week at the start of the season, which was bonkers. It didn't make sense. I don't know why I did it, because it didn't allow me to react to the changing landscape of the NFL. It just didn't work. And people point that out. Then week 2, I started doing predictions every week and reviews every week. That first 1,000 subscribers came year 1, year 2. You guys built me up, propped me up. We continued that momentum. And now, here we are. Is this my 3rd season doing this? Is this my 2nd season doing this, or 3rd? Am I losing my mind? Have I done this? Why do I feel like I've done this for 2? Yeah. Yeah, I have. Because I have 66 weekly review videos. Yeah, 2021, 2022, and yeah. This is my third season, and every season's gotten bigger and bigger, and that's because of you guys, and I'm endlessly grateful. And I'll always be doing these videos on my channel, you know, because, like I said, this is what made my channel, even though, you know, my interest in the league ebbs and flows. You guys keep me interested and give me a reason to keep watching, so I'm endlessly appreciative. Thank you for sticking it out with me this regular season. I hope you stick around for my playoff reviews. And yeah, let me know what you thought of this week of NFL football. If you just found me through this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single day. And until next time, guys.